Only 4 remain, and if Iowa wants to make it back to the national championship, they have to play a stellar UConn team. In Cleveland, DITV sports director Michael Merrick prepares us for the Hawks' Final Four matchup.
It's the game that many are labeling the greatest dynasty of all time versus the greatest player of all time. The Final Four matchup between the Iowa Hawkeyes and the UConn Huskies features 2 great teams, 2 legendary coaches, and 2 players that have changed the sport forever.
Caitlin Clark has brought eyeballs, has brought viewers to the game like no player ever has. And
this is going to be such an incredible game, and it's such a great display of the future as well. Like, it's a matchup between 3 of the last 4 national players of the year. Like, what else do you want?
And this isn't the first time Caitlin and Paige will share the court together, as they faced off in the Sweet 16 their freshman year and have had their legacies connected since they were back in middle school.
Paige is somebody that I've known since middle school, obviously both growing up in the Midwest. I think the biggest thing about her, like I talked about over there, is I just really admire the way she's gone about her business over the course of the last few years. Obviously, she's been dealt a tough hand, and she's just so resilient, and the way she's been able to come back and lead this team back to a Final Four is something I really admire.
I remember we'd always have matchups in AAU, and then I remember playing on Team USA together. I think that our first year together on Team USA was going in our freshman year. So we've known each other for a very long time. We've been competing against and with each other for a very long time. She's the best scorer college basketball has ever seen. But I think she's so much more than a scorer. Like I said, I think the best thing about her is her competitive spirit and her fire, her passion, her joy for the game.
And it's estimated that this Final Four duel could draw even more viewers than the Elite 8 matchup between Iowa and LSU, meaning that tomorrow's game could not only be the most watched women's basketball game of all time, but one of the most watched basketball games ever. So if you're not tuning in on Friday, you'll be missing out on history. From the Final Four in Cleveland, Ohio, Michael Merrick, DITV Sports.